All right, everyone, I get asked a lot about the emissions delete that I did on my Gloria here. So all I really did was just follow the lines that went to the canisters and removed them. So coming off the solenoid valves, you had one line that, a couple lines that went down here to the charcoal canister. And this is where the actually the emissions canister was located at. All the lines that went down to that and then went back into the vent or back into the towards the back of the motor. Everything that went back towards the back of the motor, I just plugged, capped off the lines. Eventually, when I take off this to do the rest of my intercooler piping, I'm going to pull out as much as I can and cap it off in the back. So you can do that at first until you start pulling that off. And then the vent line that goes back to the fuel tank, all I did was just put one of the smaller filters on that. I've done that on several other cars before and have never had a problem. Some people say positive, negatives, but that's what I've done. I haven't blown up yet. So the rest of the lines, you just follow them back through, and everything that went to a canister and then came back to the solenoid, I just looped them. So for instance, one of these solenoid valves comes up here, and then it drove all the way over there to a canister that was down there on the side of the radiator, and then it looped back up into the T-junction and then back over here. So all I did is I just kept the line going, kept it in the T-junction, and then you can see that it loops back down and around into the other solenoid valves. So it goes from here to the T over to the solenoid, the other solenoid valve. So that T-junction actually actuates both of the valves. So you want to keep them both connected. Then for this line going back here, this actually went here, then it went over to this filter canister, and then it came back and went over there. So I just looped that, took that out of the loop completely, and just took the two lines to the same places that they were going, over there. So that's as simple as it is. The car runs, idles, drives perfectly. There's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, just remove the items. Make sure you're really careful with the lines, and wherever a line goes to a filter or a canister and it comes back out, just basically remove that and then follow it back and connect it back up to where it's at, and everything should be fine. Then again, I capped these lines that went back to the engine that I will be removing, because a lot of them are these hard lines that go all the way back. The Z32 guys say that taking the actual EGR valve off is a real pain. You actually have to kind of move the engine forward, but capping it is no problem. I have seen no ill effects. Little small filter that you put on the gas tank line, one to protect it, and venting. It vented anyway, so there should be no issues at all. And then I just connected a Z32 MAF filter adapter and a big vibrant coupler. I believe it's like a 3.5, 4-inch coupler that I put on there. So that's it. And you can see the intercooler piping that I'm getting ready to finish off. If you have any questions, just put them in the comments and I'll say as much as I can. For those asking about the oil relocation kit, it looks pretty OEM.